Hello everyone, Resin86 here, bringing you another replay, this time in my T-54, the Tier 9 Soviet medium tank. And I was fortunate enough to draw a battle with a few of my clanmates. And there they are, Journeyman, Power 30, and Engine 95. Engine has a live stream. He live streams almost every night on Twitch. A link to his channel will be down below in the description. You should definitely check him out. He and I decide to go up the hill, the eastern hill here on Severogorsk, to try to get a stronghold, a beachhead per se, on the top of this hill, so that we can take flanking shots on the enemies that decide to pull forward on the western free line. So Engine decides to look eastwards towards the ramps up to the hill, while I try to get the flanking shots, the first flanking shots on the western hill. First pop-up, a T-34-2. I was lucky enough to make that shot. He pulls back down, so I change targets to the AMX 1390, but the gun depression just isn't enough to get an effective shot on. T-34-2 decides to get off the hill, probably to try to get some flanking shots on the WZ-120 on Power 30 that went the other way. That shot, I don't know how that missed, but it did. And just RNG is just RNG sometimes. And since there are no more targets, Engine stays looking that way just in case another one pops up, and I start to view around the battlefield, try to see what other possibilities we have. Nobody's popped up on the eastern side yet, so I turn around to help Engine and help Power, who is down at the bottom of the hill. And I don't know how that shot missed. As I said, RNG is just RNG sometimes. Thankfully we have a quick reload, but that last shot just goes a little bit over his engine deck. We reload fast and manage to take out the T-95. Jag Tiger starts to pull up. Take a shot at him, I take his tracks off. He repairs quickly and tries to get into cover, but just not fast enough. Now things have started popping up. An M103, a Type 59, and another WZ-120 of the enemy team have started to make their way up this hill. I bounce a shot, probably from the T-25-2 that's hiding somewhere probably in Alpha 0. And I have no effective shots on the E-75. I have no effective shots on that M103 that's about to pop up right there. So I decide to just, hang on with Engine and Journey, who are here, and wait for effective shots. T-25-2, effectively it was him, damages my track a little, but fortunately no hit point damage was taken. Now it's just a waiting game, a waiting for an opening. A VK-4502B is about to kill Power in his WZ-120, and effectively he does. And this is the good thing. The tops of tanks that are probably very much armored, the tops are really weak, and if you hit them at the right spot, you can actually do damage like the first shot. But you will still get bounces sometimes like that second shot. So I'm up to 2 kills already. This WZ-120 is not allowing any kind of advance to go up and try to pressure the enemy. M103 and E75 aren't showing themselves. Engine and I are discussing what we should do. And since the Tiger decided to go up, there's a Type 59 down at the bottom that's harassing an AMX 1390. So I decide to go down this hill, take out the low health Type 59. That's a one-shotter right now. There's the shot. That's kill number 3. I hide in the city. Engine shortly follows. He goes down this hill, and we decide to try to take out that WZ-120. Despite we know that we have a Tiger on the other side and a T-25-2 at Alpha 0 trying to kill us. So we go around the hill, risking the damage to try to take out this WZ-120. Engine goes up the hill. I try to go behind him, but he's gotten himself into a spot where it's very hard to hit him. I start taking damage. Engine is also starting to take damage. He's already down to half health. I managed to dodge a shot there. but not that one. The M103 decides to turn his turret and start to shoot me. I, by seconds, missed that shot on the Tiger. Engine is now down to less than 100 hit points, so I tell him, get back, stay behind me, while we take care of everything else. Now, trying to go up this hill, we see we can get effective shots on the E75 and the M103 as long as I reposition slightly to let my gun elevation get there. Managed to hit the E75 in the back. And now it's time to hit the M103. Last shot at the cupola. And we take him out. And that's kill number 4. Only 3 enemy tanks are left, and SU-122-44 that just popped up on that Alpha 6 hill. He gets taken out by the T-95. So now it's time to get payback on the T-25-2. I stop for a second, look around, and there he pops up. I'm going around the hill to try to take him out. We still don't know where the GW Panther is. He hasn't been spotted yet. T-25-2 starts taking hits. I take a hit at him. He's down to less than 50 hit points. And I take the last shot. So now it's just a matter of finding the GW Panther, who is probably up on this Alpha 6 hill. So I kindly ask if I can get the kill. And I start going up, and effectively he is there. We get a high damage roll, and that's kill number 6 and Top Gun. Now, onto the score screens. As you can see, we managed to get 56,000 credits, as well as 1600 XP, non-double, as well as a Top Gun medal. We fired 19 shots, 13 hit, 12 of them penetrated, damage total of 3,358. We received 5, only 3 of those penetrated, 2 of them bounced, for a potential damage received of 1,680. We managed to damage 9 enemies, and also managed to destroy 6, which is what got us our Top Gun. Now, the T-54. I really love this tank, but at first I was very frustrated with it, mostly because I treated it like a main battle tank when it was meant to be a support tank. This is mostly because of the great mobility and the great power-to-weight ratio and the great top speed that it gets, but that doesn't define it as a support tank. What defines it as a support tank is the selection of guns. It gets 2 top guns, it gets a higher penetration one with a bad reload speed, bad accuracy, and crappy aiming time. And the other one gets a great reload speed, great accuracy, great aiming time, but it suffers in penetration and only has 200 millimeters. Now, the thing is that with 200 millimeters, you cannot reliably penetrate the fronts of most of the Tier 9 and Tier 10 tanks. And because it will be getting into those matches, that is probably why you are most meant to drive it in a supporting role. And this is much better when you are platooned, or when you have a team that understands the roles of every tank. For example, if you are platooned or have an E75 on your team, you can support him in the T-54, but it shouldn't have to be the other way around. And with 200 millimeters of penetration, you can reliably penetrate the sides and rear of almost every tank in the game, but not their fronts. And that's why I think it's meant to be a supporting tank, and that's why it works so well in platoons, and why it works so well with teams that know who the damage soakers are and know who the supporting tanks are. And that's why I think it's very similar to the Comet, and it's probably because of that that I love it so much. Anyway, guys, I've been ranting for long enough. Hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed my previous videos. Link to Engine's twitch.tv stream will be down below in the description. Make sure you go check them out. And there will be more to come, so stay tuned.